Away, sky creatures! Away!
Hey gang, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Ryan. In today's video, we're going to be going through some mockbusters. So ever since there have been Disney animated classics, there have been other companies that release low budget imitations or a mockbuster to try and cash in on the success of those movies. Join me as I go through some of these nostalgic classics. So in this video, we're going to go through some of the movies that I've seen. Some of these movies I've seen as a kid, so they are really nostalgic for me. I'm going to talk about the main similarities, the main differences, and if you should watch these movies. Before we get started, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the bell icon so you know when I upload these videos. I also have a second channel dedicated to my dance and choreography videos. The link to that is in the description box below. I also have an Instagram account. If you want to go over and follow me on Instagram, the link to that is also in the description box. I'm trying to get to 3,000 followers. Help me on the road to 3,000 followers, gang. I'd really appreciate it. So what you'll find with these movies is that they have been released under different company names, some being Golden Films, some being Jetlag Productions, some being Dreamtown Productions. And what that is that the company is basically, I think, just sold on the rights or given these films to other companies for them to release on video, DVD, etc, etc. And in this video, we're going to be talking about The Little Mermaid and Aladdin. Let me know if you want to see more of these types of videos. Do sound off in the comment section below. I really love replying to all your comments. There are so many movies under the mockbuster type banner, so yeah, let me know because there's so much more content to come. Okay, let's do this. So we're going to start with The Little Mermaid. I actually have this on DVD. I remember buying this from like an exchange shop or a charity shop because I remembered watching this as a kid on video, so I was like, oh my god, I haven't seen that in ages. And it was like 50p, so yeah, I have it on DVD. This movie came out in 1992, so it came out after the Disney Little Mermaid, which was 1989. This movie has a runtime of 50 minutes, and you'll find that with these mockbusters, they're kind of short. It's just straight to the point to get through the story for a quick cash grab, basically. The animation is not very good. You can tell it's very cheap, but it does tell the story, and it's something visual for the kids to see. The story of The Little Mermaid is basically the same. Mermaid wants to fall in love with the prince, wants to be a human, makes a deal with a sea witch, etc, etc. In this version, however, the mermaid's name is Lena, and she has a dolphin sidekick named Vink. Sure. Other characters include the mermaid sisters, the Sea King, the prince, and there's also the prince's right-hand man, which would be Grimsby in the Little Mermaid Disney adaptation. There's also a princess from another kingdom who ends up saving the prince and the prince nearly marrying her and things like that. The Sea Witch has a shorter role in this film. She's literally just there to make a bargain with Lena and give her legs, and then you don't see her. You don't see like this big battle with the Sea Witch at the end or anything like that. She just lives on in the movie. What you'll also find with most of these mockbusters is that they're not a musical. The company do not take time to sit and write music, although they do write bangers of opening soundtracks.
The world above is where I'll be. The moon and stars will shine for me. I'll see the sights that only can be in the world above.
So that was that. I do remember though, however, singing that song when I was a kid. Never knew the words. I would just be like, la, and like the tune of the song. And yeah, so I guess they kind of did their job. In the original of Hans Christian Andersen's story of The Little Mermaid, the princess actually turns into sea foam because the prince, let's say Prince Eric, ends up marrying the other princess and the Little Mermaid dies. So yeah. Bit deep. Obviously that doesn't happen in this, and we do actually end up getting a happy ending, although there is more of the story of the prince nearly marrying the other princess rather than in the Disney version. Prince Eric nearly marries Ursula, but it's quite short-lived, and it ends up in the big fight, doesn't it, at the end? But you don't get any of that in this. This one kind of ends abruptly. Her dad comes up and sees that the prince is getting married to someone else, and he creates this storm which then makes the boat break apart, and then the other princess has a guy that she loves but can't marry because she's getting married to the main prince in order for them to not fight between the kingdoms. And then that princess gets saved by the man that she loves, and then I'll just put the scene in here, you can watch it.
Lena! This is what comes of going to the above world! I warned you!
Anna, get below! Tell us what to do, Stefan!
Report to the captain. He'll... My precious, are you all right?
Yes, Father. Oh, thanks to Maxwell.
You saved my daughter's life.
Reward him, Father. Reward our love. Let us marry.
Well, how can I be sure your father won't attack my kingdom?
My father is not a man of war, King Malcolm. But even if he were, do you think he would strike against a king whose daughter saved my own life?
He could no more do that than I could refuse my daughter's hand to the man who saved her life.
Oh, Father. Father, thank you.
Stop the storm! Stop the storm!
Away, sky creatures! Away!
You don't understand. They're getting married.
I know they're getting married. That's why I'm... Oh, you mean they're getting married?
It's just all happy endings. The prince can marry the mermaid, and we don't actually get any dialogue from them. So we don't know if she gets a voice back or anything, or if she's just silent for the rest of their lives. Which is kind of sad. This movie is really nostalgic to me. I remember getting the VHS from a boot fair when I was a kid, and I was obsessed with mermaids at the time. Kind of still am. The Little Mermaid is my favourite Disney movie, so anything mermaids, I wanted it. And I remember putting this on all the time just because it had a mermaid in it. And this is why I have the DVD. I mean, it's not the greatest movie, and it's not one that I will probably put on now to watch with my friends or anything like that, but just for like the nostalgia fact of it, that's why I have the DVD. This movie has a 4.8 rating on IMDb based on 253 ratings, so that's under half, so it's not rated very well. Shocker. Is it the best movie? No. Do I think kids will enjoy it and be entertained for 50 minutes? Absolutely, I really do. I think that if you do have kids, or if you're wondering what to put on the TV to keep them entertained, just shove one of these films on. If they've seen the Disney films a million times and don't really want to watch them, be like, well, we've got a new version, and then put this on. They might not enjoy it as much as the Disney one, because like I said, it's not a musical, but it is shorter, so they might find it entertaining. So where can you watch this movie? If you do want to watch this movie, the full movie is on YouTube for free. It's also on Amazon Prime for free if you've got Prime Video. You can also purchase the DVD from like eBay and things like that. Covers are different on each release. Like I said, they've been put through different companies. This one's through Dreamtown. So yeah, if you want the DVD, it's really cheap on eBay, Amazon, and places like that as well. I will put links in the description if you do want to purchase the DVD for it yourself. So that is The Little Mermaid. It is very weird, and we're going to move on to another weird one now, which is Aladdin. This movie was also released in 1992, 7 months before Disney released theirs. Shady. This movie's runtime is 48 minutes, and it follows the story of Aladdin as you know it, kind of. The characters include Aladdin, the genie, Princess Layla, Hassim, which is like the Jafar character. There's also Fatima, the medicine woman, which isn't in the Disney version. And also Aladdin has a mother in this version. Very strange. So there are quite a few differences in this version. Hassim pretends to be Aladdin's uncle in order to get close to him, for him to take him to the cave. And Aladdin's mother doesn't seem to question that her dead husband doesn't actually have a brother. It's all very weird. This version is also not a musical, but it does have another banger of an opening song.
I'll tell you the story of a Persian boy who had a great adventure and became a wealthy man. He fell in love with a beautiful princess. This is how the story of Aladdin all began. As fate would have it, he found a lamp that had a mighty genie living deep inside. Whoever held the lamp commands him, and Aladdin wished for the princess as his bride. Rub the lamp, Aladdin, rub the lamp and see. Rub the lamp, Aladdin, and and set the genie free.
This is a song that as a kid I was obsessed with. I would actually walk around singing this song. Really catchy, quite short, and I thought I was like the best at singing that song. So like I said, there are some differences with this movie. In this version, when Aladdin gets into the cave and is told not to take anything, Aladdin takes some gems and gives them to his mother, which I'm not sure how that works because he's told that he will die if he takes anything from the cave. We progress. Once Aladdin gets out of the cave the normal way through the genie, he gives these gems to his mother, and his mother hears that Aladdin wants to marry the Princess Layla, goes to the Sultan and gives these gems in order for Aladdin to be considered to be the prince and marry the princess. The Sultan is so greedy in this movie. He turns around to Aladdin's mum and is like, yeah, okay, if you give me more servants and more gems, he can marry the princess. Are you insane? This is a poor woman who's given you every gem that she has in order for her son to marry the princess. And you're like, yeah, sure. But give me more servants. Absolute greed. The genie also ends up creating a palace for Aladdin and Princess Layla, and also one for his mother as well. And I'm like, what? I didn't think the genie was allowed to do things like this. Hasim, the Jafar character, actually murders Fatima, the medicine woman, in order to disguise himself as Fatima to get close to Aladdin to get the lamp. He literally steals her clothes, murders her, scalps her to wear her hair. This is meant to be a kids' movie. But of course, because it is a children's movie, it does have a happy ending. They go off living happily ever after Hasim is killed. Well, he kills himself by tripping on his robes. I remember having this one as a child. My parents bought me this video and I was so excited because I didn't have Aladdin, the Disney version, on video as a kid. And I remember opening the package, seeing the cover and being like, this isn't Disney's one. And my parents knew. They weren't tricked like some people are nowadays. They knew this wasn't Disney's version, but they wanted to fill the void that I had in my collection because I didn't have the Aladdin video. And it did fill that void, but I was still watching it like, this isn't Disney's one, but I'll watch it, this is good. This movie has a 6 out of 10 rating on IMDb, based on 359 ratings. So the audience kind of liked this one. In my opinion, this one was worse than the Little Mermaid one, just because it was so like convoluted with different things. The genie just creating money basically for Aladdin. It's a very greedy character movie. Disney actually filed a lawsuit against Good Times for when this Aladdin movie was released, because they released it before Disney and Disney thought that they were copying the likeness of characters and obviously the name and things. But the judge actually dismissed this because Aladdin was public domain. Anyone could use that name, and said that the characters were not lookalikes at all. So Disney didn't win that. This movie is generally watchable. You can just, like I said, stick this on for kids and they will be entertained at somewhat with this. Maybe not as much as they would with the actual Disney version, because you can tell the budgets are much higher in those movies. But it's good. It's not the worst film in the world, I think. If you would like to watch this movie, the full thing is actually on YouTube for free. You can find it on Amazon Prime as well, like I said, with The Little Mermaid. You can buy the DVD on eBay, Amazon, and all places. Look in charity shops if you don't want to spend that much money. But like I said, this was like 50p. So I'm pretty sure the Aladdin one won't be much more than that. Let me know if you watched any of these movies as a kid. Did any of this bring back some nostalgic feelings for you? Let me know if you had any other favourites from the Golden Films Dreamtown Jetlag Productions collection. I know there are many more. So if you would like to see more of these videos, please do like the video and tell me what ones you'd want me to kind of give an insight to. And I will do that. I feel like making this a sort of series on my channel, so why not? Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the bell icon so you're notified when I upload these videos. Go over and follow my other channel and my Instagram. I'm trying to get to 3,000 followers on Instagram. The link is in the description box below. If you're still with me at the end, thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you on the next one.